Welcome to Buffers Brewery. I just thought I'd make a little video clip of the progress I've made with the Buffers Brewery pressure barrel bung. I made some slight changes to it, which has improved its performance and also made it, I think, whilst a little bit more expensive, it's made it a better top. So let's look at some of the changes that I've made. So the first thing to notice, apart from all the additional metalwork that's festooned on the top, is the now transparent, clear polycarbonate lid. The original lid I made from a casting in the same material that I made the collar from, polyester casting, which was okay, but wasn't as rigid as I would have liked. In fact, sometimes you would end up with the lid casting being done from the pressure inside the barrel, which, whilst it wasn't a problem or an issue, it told me that the top wasn't stable. So I substituted it for initially a 10mm thick piece of polycarbonate, but I've since reduced that down to 6, and it's still more than adequate for the purpose. So this is now a nice flat, clear sheet of polycarbonate. So that's the first improvement. So the next significant improvement I made was to replace the simple flat sheet of nitrile rubber, was like 1mm thick, which formed the gasket, with a proper moulded silicone seal. So I made this. This is, as you can see, it's got a little groove in it, and that sits onto the neck of the barrel. So once it's fitted, it stays in place. But it's got like 2 or 3mm of soft silicone, which creates a seal, and of course it's also sealing on the inside face of the neck as well. So that's a much better, in my opinion, design of seal. Now, having done that, obviously you can drill whatever holes you want in the polycarbonate lid, and I've gone over to using the Corny Keg posts for gas and beer, and I've also retained my T-piece with a pressure gauge, and now I've put a safety 15 psi safety valve in that T as a venting device. You might be wondering why these are at right angles rather than it's just straight vertical. I found that when I put them in my fridge with the posts vertical, I didn't have enough space to fit and remove the disconnects. So I had to turn them through right angles, so I can now fit them from the side, and they're easier to connect and disconnect. As you can see, the beer out side, got a short length of dip tube fitted to that with a push fit connector, 10mm, and then that can have a 10mm bore silicone tube fitted to it, and at the other end a float for the beer. I think there's one inside. There is. So that will be connected to the post with a piece of silicone tube. as an aside, just because now the beer is coming out of the corny post, you don't need the tap, so I've just plugged the tap now, so that's fit and forget. Just leave it alone and don't have to worry about leaks from that area now. Everything comes out from the top of the barrel. So there it is, the latest version of the Buffers Brewery pressure barrel bung. Collar's the same, just made a lot of changes to the actual lid and gasket. One of the other benefits obviously is that you can see through the lid what's going on with your beer. So you can see how far down the barrel you are. And if it's in a confined space where you can't actually look down like it is in my fridge, I find that just by using a torch, shining a torch through the lid, you can see where the beer line is on the barrel wall. So there it is. Well, I hope you found that interesting. Till next time, cheers from Buffers Brewery.